that same year, in 2018, the feds ended up raiding your house.
Yeah.
And one of the dudes who actually was part of the raid was a former member of the Chicago Bears, Charles Tillman.
Yeah.
Ended up becoming an FBI agent.
Yep. I think he just.
Did you recognize him? You're like, yo.
Yeah, hell yeah. When they ran in my crib, me and my homies, them, like they had put all us in the kitchen. So I'm tapping my homie, I'm like, man, ain't this the football player? And then I tell him, like, what's up? Ain't you Charles Tillman? He was like, what's up? Why? I'm like, what you mean, why? You look like dude. He like, don't worry about it. And I told my homie, like, man, this him. This dude, this that nigga who used to play for the Bears. He a federal agent. Man. Hell yeah. Police.
Okay. And I guess they ended up taking 100,000 in that raid.
Oh yeah.
But you never got back.
Yeah, they took 100,000 out of my crib. Like 100,000. If it went 100,000, it was like down in 90 something.
Okay. And after taking that money, I guess they didn't even file any charges.
Exactly. That's what I'm. Shit, they got what they want. Shit, I ain't even get charged with shit.
That's crazy. I guess since you didn't get charged, you didn't try to get your money back, so pretty much you ended up walking away from it.
Hell yeah, that's how it was. Shit, it was a win-win situation.
Pretty interesting story here, man. Charles Peanut Tillman, ain't that what they called him? I believe, man, was no slouch in the NFL. Led the league in forced fumbles one year. Just a high impact player, and you heard it there, man. He left NFL behind to move on and become a federal agent, following in his father's footsteps, reportedly, as his dad was in the Army. He wanted to serve his country in some way, and he ended up involved in the raid on rapper Lil Reese crib, man. Man, Lil Reese, he just been through so much crazy-ish, man. I wonder if we'll ever get a Lil Reese movie, you know what I'm saying? Shot in the neck or whatever. Rocked with the Chief Keef, was a part of like the original drill wave that blew up out of the Shy. Was raided by the feds and walked away with no charges. Ain't that crazy, man? I don't know if y'all continue on with the clip. Vlad ends up telling him like, yo, that was a good idea that you just let it be. No charges. Take that 100K. I'ma eat that loss. As he was talking about how in the BMF story, when Meech or was it Southwest T, someone was like, yo, I need to get my jewels back, and it opened a whole nother can of worms with Jacob the jeweler being under indictment and all kinds of ish. So at the end of the day, like, you got to know when to just take the loss and keep it moving, man. 100K though, that's some serious paper to lose. I found that kind of funny too, how he was saying Tillman was like, don't worry about it. Why? You know what I mean? I guess he wanted to live a more quiet life, put the pro athlete celebrity thing to bed, and just move on and be a normal citizen that works for the government, I guess, man. But a pretty interesting story, I thought, man. Comment. You know, did you find it intriguing as well? Do you think he should have just stepped away and let the 100K go, or would you have had to try to get your money? You know, like, I feel like a lot of people would. The government don't play, man, when it comes to things like that. I think that was the right move. I'm agree with what Vlad told him. And did you already know about this, that Tillman became a federal agent? Comment, leave it all below. Totally off topic, but just hearing Tillman makes me think of Pat Tillman, another NFL player who left football behind. I guess it wasn't supposed to be permanent, you know, who wanted to serve his country as well. But we know he paid the ultimate price, losing his life after the events of 9/11, man. RIP to him.